Every time a cell divides, its telomeres, protective caps at the ends of chromosomes, shorten. Research from the NIH shows human telomeres lose 50 to 200 base pairs per division. Once they erode completely, cells enter senescence or die. This biological countdown limits human cells to about 50 to 70 divisions, known as the Hayflick limit. But telomerase, an enzyme that rebuilds telomeres, offers a loophole, one exploited by cancer cells and some immortal species. Apoptosis, or programmed cell death, is a meticulously controlled process. The WHO estimates 50 to 70 billion cells die this way daily in the human body. It removes damaged or unnecessary cells, preventing cancer, but excessive apoptosis accelerates aging. Studies in Nature show blocking apoptosis in mice extends lifespan by 35%, yet increases tumor risk. This trade-off reveals evolution's balancing act: death as a defense against uncontrolled growth. Why hasn't evolution eliminated death? The disposable soma theory, per Cambridge Research, argues organisms allocate energy between reproduction and maintenance. Investing in immortality would reduce reproductive fitness. Data show species with high extrinsic mortality, like mice, age faster, while protected species like bats live decades. Humans strike a balance, just enough longevity to raise offspring, but not so much that it compromises genetic proliferation. The Turritopsis dohrnii jellyfish, dubbed the immortal jellyfish, can revert to its juvenile polyp stage after maturity, resetting its life cycle indefinitely. Marine biologists at Kyoto University confirmed this transdifferentiation process in 90% of lab specimens. Unlike humans, Turritopsis expresses telomerase in somatic cells, avoiding telomere decay. Yet even it isn't invincible, predation and disease still claim most individuals in the wild. Cellular senescence, when cells stop dividing, prevents cancer but fuels aging. A 2023 cell study found senescent cells secrete inflammatory compounds that damage tissues. Clearing them in mice extended lifespan by 25%. However, inhibiting senescence risks unchecked cell growth. Drugs like rapamycin target this pathway, but clinical trials show mixed results. The dilemma persists: slow aging or risk tumors? Evolution chose the former. Centenarians often share genetic variants like FOXO3, which regulates stress resistance and apoptosis. A 2020 Nature Aging study of 800 centenarians found FOXO3 mutations in 65%. These Methuselah genes enhance DNA repair and telomere stability. Yet they're rare. Evolutionarily, their benefits may not outweigh costs like reduced fertility. CRISPR experiments now explore activating these pathways artificially, but ethical and safety debates loom. Parabiosis experiments, joining circulatory systems of old and young mice, suggest youthful blood contains rejuvenating factors. A 2019 Stanford study found old mice given young blood showed 30% improved muscle repair. Startups like Ambrosia charge $8,000 for plasma transfusions from young donors, though the FDA warns of unproven risks. The key may lie in proteins like GDF11, but human trials remain inconclusive. Naked mole rats defy aging norms, living 30+ years, 10 times longer than similar-sized rodents. University of Texas research attributes this to high molecular chaperones that prevent protein damage, plus suppressed senescence. Unlike humans, their cancer incidence is near zero. Yet they're not immortal. Their mortality risk stays constant with age, a pattern called negligible senescence. Scientists now study their cells for anti-aging clues. Decades of studies show caloric restriction extends lifespan in yeast, worms, and mice by 20 to 50%. The NIH's NIA found it activates sirtuins, proteins that enhance DNA repair. But primates tell a murkier story. A 23-year rhesus monkey study saw only modest gains, and humans report mixed metabolic benefits. Fasting-mimicking diets now aim to replicate effects without starvation, but long-term data is scarce. DNA methylation patterns, chemical tags on genes, predict biological age. UCLA's Horvath clock uses 353 methylation sites to estimate aging with 96% accuracy. Smoking accelerates this clock by 4.6 years, exercise reverses it by 3. Startups like Elysium sell methylation supplements, but peer-reviewed results are lacking. Reprogramming cells to reset this clock, as Nobelist Yamanaka demonstrated, risks teratomas. Precision remains elusive. Senolytic drugs target zombie senescent cells. A 2021 Mayo Clinic trial showed dasatinib and quercetin cleared 30% of senescent cells in elderly patients, improving mobility. But side effects include thrombocytopenia. Unity Biotechnology's UBX0101 failed phase 2 trials for osteoarthritis, underscoring the challenge. The field now seeks targeted delivery to avoid collateral damage, a hurdle for all anti-aging therapies. Mitochondria, the cell's power plants, accumulate mutations with age, producing less ADP and more free radicals. Research in cell metabolism links this to 40% of age-related diseases. NAD+ boosters like NMN aim to restore mitochondrial function. A 2020 Washington University study showed NMN improved vascular health in older adults. But oral bioavailability is low, and long-term effects are unknown. Tech moguls are betting big on anti-aging. Bezos and Altman invested $3 billion in Altos Labs, focusing on cellular reprogramming. Google's Calico, with $1.5 billion funding, studies genetic longevity. But critics argue these ventures prioritize profit over accessibility. A Lancet study estimates global aging costs will hit $47 by 2050. Pressure to monetize may clash with equitable distribution. Demographer Jay Olshansky projects the first 150-year-old is already alive, citing advances in geroscience. But even if aging is delayed, the Gompertz law, mortality doubling every 8 years post-30, poses a math problem. Actuarial data shows eliminating all age-related disease would only raise life expectancy to 90. True longevity escape velocity may require rewriting our biology. Would eternal life benefit society? Oxford philosophers warn of overpopulation and stagnation. A 2022 Pew survey found 56% of Americans wouldn't want to live past 100, citing quality of life concerns. Yet for the wealthy, longevity treatments may widen inequality. The WHO warns of a gerontocracy where power concentrates in the undying. Biology isn't the only barrier, our social systems aren't built for agelessness. Death isn't a bug but a feature of multicellular life. Telomeres, apoptosis, and disposable soma theory evolved to balance reproduction and repair. While nature offers glimpses of immortality, teratopsis, naked mole rats, humans remain bound by trade-offs. Science may one day tweak these limits, but for now, mortality persists as biology's ultimate fail-safe.